Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Software Testing. My name is Knott and I'm happy that you're here today. Today is another great video that I would like to present you, and the video is about Virtuoso. Virtuoso is a test automation tool that has AI-powered solutions included to heal your test, to write really great stable tests for your web application, and to make your life as a test engineer, as a software tester, as a manual tester, or even if you don't have any testing capabilities in your company or in your team, as a developer or as a product manager. So I'm really excited to show you hands-on today the product, but first let's take a look at the website that you can know and see all about Virtuoso. So as you can see on the website, it says test automations no longer a marathon, it's a sprint. The functional UI and the end-to-end testing tool combining robotic process automation, AI machine learning and natural language. And that's the real cool part, I have to say. So programming to deliver an unrivaled authoring experience, reducing test maintenance near to zero. With near to zero, I was a bit like, is that too much marketing stuff? But no, to be honest, they have a really great self-healing mechanism in place, which I highly recommend you to take a look at. Also Virtuoso YouTube channel, and James already created really great product videos about Virtuoso on how to get started, how to use self-healing, how to write journeys and these kind of things. Yeah, and without further ado, I could directly jump into the dashboard, but I would really quickly go into the Virtuoso guide. You can find it under the resource tab. It says documentation, and you can go there, and it's the really well descriptive documentation. So you have all the concept. So what is Virtuoso? What can you do with it? And what's different compared to other systems? So they have core concepts. So a core concept is a project. A project is, you can name a project. Let's say I would like to test my web application. Then you have goals. A goal could be like, okay, I test particular parts of the web shop, for example. I have tests, so-called journeys, execution, and so forth and so forth. And as I said, the documentation, as you can see on the scroll bar, is pretty long, but really well described. So you get complete overview about the things that you can do with Virtuoso. And now, without further talking, or I will talk a bit longer, I will jump right into the Virtuoso dashboard. So as you can see here, that's my Virtuoso dashboard, and I created a new project. It's called Virtuoso Library Checkpoint Example, because I would like to give you today an example on how to use library checkpoints in Virtuoso. If you would like to know more on how to get started, as I said, take a look at the video description to see the getting started videos created by James, the solution engineer from Virtuoso. Really great videos. Thanks for doing them. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first goal. So I created, you can see already here, I had a couple of executions, successful, one failed, and so forth. So I go into the Rocket Shop, and that's basically the interface that you see once you open up Virtuoso. So, and I created a first journey, and the journey is called Purchase an Item. So if you open up the journey, we can see here we have different checkpoints. Yeah, we have checkpoints, checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. One core concept of Virtuoso is that you always have the first checkpoint is always similar in the journeys, right? So in the first checkpoint always has basically the navigate to element, because you need to open the web application with different configurations, being a different browser resolutions, being a different devices that you can simulate here. So the first checkpoint is always that. It's just navigate to that URL. And then in the second checkpoint, I created, I give a name called Purchase a Product. And then, as you can see here in natural language, I wrote what I would like to do. Yeah, and to give you an idea on what the Rocket Shop is all about, we can click that little icon here, and you get like the interactive live preview of the Rocket Shop. Yeah, so it might take a second, and as you can see, there is. We can run it actually, and maybe then it's coming up. Yeah, that was my mistake actually. So I pressed the run execution, and you see exactly where Virtuoso is at the moment. So it's looking for an element. So it clicked on the back. it verifies, and you see live the progress on the steps that's being done, and also writing stuff internally. And I explain that in a second, what's going to happen here. And you see all tests has been passed, and that's the great thing. So let's take a look. So we have written everything in natural language. So we were saying, okay, look for element blank exploration, which is basically, we can also interact here, which is the first item of the web shop. Then we said, okay, add to bag, we clicked on it. Then we clicked on the shopping bag, which is the little icon here, and so forth and so forth. So I think you get what I meant with. So when you see the test, you have already like, ooh, this doesn't look good. This is just too long. You know, it's just everything in one checkpoint. There's nothing that I can reuse. Exactly, that's correct. So the idea of checkpoints here, it's similar to writing object-oriented test automation code, is to define the checkpoints as small and as descriptive as possible to make them reusable. Because otherwise you have to write all and over again the same steps, like saying, okay, look for, click on back. But it be better to have different checkpoints, for example, to click on add to back, or purchase something, or enter data, and so forth and so forth. And for that, to just show you another example, I created another goal. It's called testing the rocket shop. So it's basically doing the same stuff, but as you can already see, I created 4 journeys. Yeah, so I have a journey now called verify the rocket shop elements, add items to bag, add items to fav list. So I added a step in between, and then go to checkout. Yeah, so that these are 4 journeys that I created, 4 tests, if you would like to say so. And if we take a look on the inside, on the journeys, you can see we have always the checkpoint number 1, which says, okay, navigate to. And then we have a second checkpoint, and it says, okay, verify the rocket shop. And what it's doing is just checking some elements on the screen to be sure that you are on the main page of the rocket shop. Yeah, some assets basically. So let's go to the next, to the second journey. Second journey, again, we have the checkpoint 1 to open the browser and to navigate to our rocket shop. And then we have a third one, the second checkpoint here. It's just called the third checkpoint because checkpoints can also, they live across goals basically. And here in this checkpoint, we are adding an item to the bag. So we click on the bag button. We check again if we have on the common integration page, and we click on add the bag there as well. So what else do we have? We have add items to fav list is the next step. Again, we have checkpoint 1, navigating there, clicking the sticker to add something to the fav section, and then we already check if it has been marked as a favorite. And then, last but not least, we added something to the bag. We go to the shopping list, to the checkout basically. So we would like to purchase something. And again, as you can already mention, is you have like I implemented 4 journeys now, but I have duplicated code, so to say, right? So I have always to navigate to that section, and I have always to run these steps after each other, you know, to get executed, because otherwise if I just run journey 4, it will fail because there might be nothing in the bag, in the checkout bag. So that's why Virtuoso has a really great feature to make things reusable, and this is called a library checkpoint. And I can show you how easy it is to actually define a checkpoint to become a library checkpoint. So we can just click the checkpoint, saying, okay, we have here, it's like a really simple and easy and small checkpoint, just verifying things on the Rocket Shop start page. So we click that one here so that we mark all our steps in the journey. And then we have this little bookmark icon or books icon here. So we can tap on it, and that's it. We now have a library checkpoint. So what has been changed? We now see here that we have the books and also we have a little tiny lock in the back and at the end of this row saying, okay, unlock to make changes to library checkpoint. So this is now locked. As you can see, I can add a step, but I would get a warning saying, hey, please unlock first, because this is a checkpoint library and it might be used in other journeys as well. So in case you would like to change it, you get a warning saying, hey, wait, Do you know why? All the changes made to the checkpoint will impact the journey that is used in this checkpoint. Do you really would like to proceed? Because imagine you have, like, let's say 20, 30, 40 journeys in your testing suite or in your project, and you change a library checkpoint, and this could impact like 20 other steps or 20 other journeys. So this is then of course bad. So the idea of having library checkpoints is really to keep them as components. Yeah, you think about them as components. Let's say you build like a library component, a library checkpoint for your login, or for your registration, or for the going to purchase, or going to mark something in your system. So depending on your architecture of your product, you can really use library checkpoints in order to not to customize, but to structure. That was the word that I was missing. To structure your testing activities and your testing environment. So I just hit cancel. So we just go through some other steps and make some more library checkpoints so that you could get an idea what I would like to do with it. So I have this verify rocket shop as a library checkpoint. We quickly go here, we add something to the bag. We have this now as a library checkpoint, and I come to one more thing in a second. Once we have done all this, we click the add sticker. We have this as a library checkpoint, and we'll go, no, that was wrong. We go to the checkout, again doing these as a library checkpoint. So now we have a couple of library checkpoints, and now let's write a new journey. Let's say we write now purchase. Let's do it like that. Okay, then we see we have again the first checkpoint. It's automatically by default added to any journey that you're going to write. And also the little for indicator tells you that, hey, this checkpoint is being used in 4 other journeys, yeah, or shared with other journeys. And one more cool thing that I didn't mention, but maybe you've noticed it, when you are in the writing mode of your journeys, you get a live preview on the things that you are doing with the application. That's really cool. Yeah. So, and now we would like to purchase something. And now, as you remember, we wrote, or I defined some of the library checkpoints. So by now clicking here, saying, okay, add library checkpoint, we can say, okay, let's use the verify rocket shop. Yeah, so we imported automatically this step, and see, the tests are running. It's all green. We have verified it. And let's say now let's add items to bag. We add this checkpoint, and as you can see here, it was clicking the Comate integration and was adding this to our bag. We have a number 1 over here. Then we add another library checkpoint saying, okay, go to checkout. Yeah. Then we have a checkout, and we see here we tap the checkout page. Yeah. So we have really easy and really fast. We can define new journeys basically. Yeah. In order to get faster tests out, to implement faster journeys. And of course we can add a new checkpoint saying, okay, we add a checkpoint, let's say purchase, like this. We create it, and then we see here we can do like this, writing something, click on, we use the go to checkout, and then we hit the save. So we have to put the things that Virtuoso should click on speech marks. So we hit save. Yes, you can see it's directly clicking on it. So we are on the next page. So it feels really fast in order to adding steps to a journey. Oh, that was wrong. My display is too small. Adding a step. It's giving me a hint. I was trying to change the checkpoint library, and yeah, now we can do like this. I will not go through all of this because it made too long. So we can say write John Doe in in email. Yeah, let's click save, and then see it adding John Doe here as well. And with that, that's how easy you can do actually writing your test cases, and to see how you can, you're really fast in the execution of your testing. And so then it's done. You're done. The journey has been executed, and you see it's running again to just see that everything worked out for you. Yeah. So that's really great. And with that, comparing the first journeys that I created, we only have one checkpoint that is navigating to something. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3. We added 3 library checkpoints by a really single click, and we have like I don't know, what is it now, 12 steps added to our journey in just a matter of seconds, and that's the great part. Yeah. Also, the thing is, when you see here, there's this little 1 indicator saying, okay, we are using this library checkpoint in one journey. If we would like to create a new journey, we would have like a 2, indicating, hey, this is being used in 2 other journeys. For you to guide you like, hey, okay, do I really need to change it now, or should I change it, or is it maybe a bad idea to change it? Yeah. So this should just give you some awareness of the things that you can do with it. And of course, you can also make a previous marked checkpoint not a library checkpoint anymore. So you click the little log icon, then it says, hey, wait. What are you going to do? Are you really sure? Yes, I want to proceed. And then it's unlocked. Yeah, so it's unlocked. So you can change the checkpoint thing. You can add steps, you can remove steps, you can change steps. Maybe you have a typo or something like that. So this is something you can do, and once you're done, you hit the lock button and then it's good to go. Yeah, so you can reuse it again, and it's populated basically also to all other journeys. If you would like to get rid of your library checkpoint, you can click the 3 dots menu and say detach library checkpoint. So we click that button. Are you really sure? Again, and warning, you click yes, I am sure, and you can see here we have now no books anymore, not an indicator, it's not locked, that checkpoint. So now it's up to you again to modify the checkpoint data, but be aware that these changes will impact all your other journeys because they are not locked as a library checkpoint anymore. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. That's really easy and fast thing to actually define your product that you have in library checkpoints. As I said, you can build up logins, registrations, signups, whatever you have in mind, in order to define your testing library set with library checkpoints. And then you can go and write your test journeys, and then you can just select the libraries that you would like to have, and you are really fast in writing your own test cases for your web application. Yeah. One more thing that I would like to highlight, and I would also add a little cliffhanger to this video, is you can do many more things with Virtuoso, and also especially with these checkpoint libraries. So as you can imagine here, we were using hard-coded test data. Yeah, and this is not really like reusable, right? So imagine we are signing up to a service and we say, okay, we use always John Doe with the same email address. This will only work once. Yeah, so that's why we can use we should use variables, and also of course Virtuoso is able to do so. So you can add variables in your natural language steps that you're defining, and then later on here in the test data section, you can create a mapping of the library, and not of the libraries, of the variables to your test data. So you can also import Excel files or other sheets that you would like to use in order to populate your test data, to bring them to your testing system. Yeah, that's the really cool thing. Also, one more thing that you can do is, because we just looked at a web shop, yeah, it's an e-commerce thing. But imagine you have a system like Salesforce, SAP, or any like big business application that you have, and there it's not sometimes not really straightforward in doing things because it can be sometimes tedious to change something in those systems. But the big benefit of those systems, usually especially like for Salesforce or SAP, they have plenty of APIs that you can use in order to change something on that system. And Virtuoso is able of doing also these kind of things on the API level, which I have seen already in a documentation, and also in a little demo by James. Is we have an API testing section here, so we can define APIs, we can define the parameters of the API, and of course the endpoints we have to define, and then you can use API calls within your Virtuoso journeys in order to execute something. And to be honest, this will bring down your complete test journeys that you have on your test steps significantly down to a handful of tests, a handful of journeys, and also the test execution will be much faster. And that, as I said, is a cliffhanger for a next video that I'm going to do with Virtuoso interface, to show you how you can actually implement some really sophisticated and complicated cases with Virtuoso on, for example, Salesforce or any other business application that you have in place in your company. And with that, thank you for coming by today. Make sure to take a look at the video description, to take a look at all the Virtuoso links that I'm going to provide you. So the start page, the YouTube channel, the videos, and also the documentation. It's a really great collection of information. And if you like the video, leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment. What do you think about Virtuoso? Do you think this is helpful? This could be useful. And maybe you have also ideas what you can do with Virtuoso while you were seeing this video. And of course, leave a subscription as always. Have a great day and see you. Bye bye.